In this GetResponse beginner tutorial, you're going to learn everything needed to successfully use one of the most powerful all-in-one marketing solutions, which would be GetResponse. So to get started, just click on the link down below. This link will actually grant you with a completely free trial, and it is also going to support my channel. So once you have clicked on the link, just click on create free account right here, and then go ahead and put in your name, as well as your email and as well as your password. And right here, just put in your address. Now, by international anti-spam laws, it is actually mandatory to fill this out. So make sure to just put in your business address. Now, I wouldn't actually recommend you to put in your personal address because then everyone is going to see where you live essentially. So make sure to just put in your business address or a PO box. Now, once you fill this out, you're then going to be redirected to the dashboard of GetResponse, which is going to look something like this. So right here on the tools, you're then going to see an overview of all of the different features that GetResponse has to offer. Now, as you can see, GetResponse really does offer quite a lot of features. However, before we are going to dive into that, we are rather going to click right here, go to emails and domains to start. Now, basically right here, we will then have to set up our own custom email with our own custom domain, because by default, our sender email address is actually going to be the email that we have used to sign up with GetResponse, which, as in my case, would be krausetutorials@gmail.com. Now, obviously, this is super unprofessional, and you don't want to send out any emails with a Gmail domain, with a Hotmail domain, with an Outlook domain, and so on. So we are rather going to click on Add Email right here. Then we are going to put in the name. So I'm just going to put in Krause Tutorials, as well as the email address. I guess I will just add elias@krausetutorials.com, and then I'm going to click on Add. Now you are going to get a verification code sent to this email to actually just verify this email, because you can put in whatever email. You can put in, I don't know, tim@apple.com, for example. So you will actually have to verify this. So let me quickly do that. And as you can see, now my domain successfully got added onto this, and we would now have to update the DNS record to actually successfully set this up. However, I don't want to bore you guys essentially, so I'm not going to do this right now. And then you will have to add your own domain so that all of your websites, all of your landing pages, funnels, and so on are actually also going to be branded with your own custom domain. Okay, so just click on connect existing domain and then go through the process of connecting this. Now, this is super self-explanatory, and GetResponse is going to walk you through step by step. So let's actually now head over to the tools and let me show you how to actually import and manage your contacts. So click on contacts right here, and then as you can see right here, your free account has a limit of 500 contacts. However, we are actually going to get started by adding some new contacts to this. So we are going to select the Krause Tutorials list. And how do you want to add the contacts? Now we can either one by one add them manually, or we can also simply just upload a file or use an external service to actually just basically automatically connect this and to then basically automatically import this onto GetResponse. So we can, for example, connect any of these services. We can also paste stuff, or we can actually also upload a file. Now, this kind of is the industry norm with all email marketing providers. So if you are migrating from another provider, you will just have to export your contacts using this file. And I actually uploaded a test file, which I prepared for this video. Then you will have to select what should we do with this contact information. So I'm just going to select add and update existing, and then you will obviously also have to tick I have permission to add these people to my list. Then click on next, and this will basically redirect you to this mapping kind of process where you will basically have to map and align the correct information. So for example, these would be our email addresses, and obviously the correct information would be email. Okay, this would be the last name, yeah. First name would be Bruce Edon, okay. But as you can see right here, as for assigned fields, basically these fields aren't going to be assigned, and therefore, if we aren't going to update this, we won't get the information of these fields. So, for example, this would be the SMS, obviously, so the phone number. So we would then just have to add I don't know, home phone, for example, or let's see if they also do have a normal phone. Yeah, I guess I will just go with phone right here. So now we do have the phone number saved. Now this field right here would then be added time. Now I think by default GetResponse actually doesn't offer this. So if you actually want to import this field as well onto GetResponse, you would right now have to create a custom field right here. So I'm just going to put in added time. and then I'm just going to put in enter a custom value. So I'm just going to say 10th of 10th 2020, this is just an example, then click on save, and now we do have this information saved onto GetResponse. Now as for this modify time, I won't actually bother setting this up, so I'm just going to click on skip columns with marked question mark, and then I'm going to import, and now all of these contacts are imported onto GetResponse. So if we're now going to click on lists right here on the left, we can see that we do have our default Krause tutorials list with 3 contacts, and we could then also manually add contacts right here. We could also show all of the different contacts. We can then see an overview of these contacts and so on. Now as you can see right now, we only have 3 contacts. However, let's just imagine that you are going to have hundreds of contacts or even thousands of contacts. Now this would be super messy. So to basically just counterattack that, we are going to use tags. So head over to tags right here, and then we can basically create a new tag. Now these tags will basically be just used to subdivide all of your contacts and all of your lists into different kind of interests, or for example we could also add a tag called import so that we know that all of the people that have this import tag actually got imported. We could then add a new tag called e-commerce so that we know that all of the people that have this tag are interested in e-commerce and so on. So as you can see, this is actually super powerful, and if we are now going to head back to our contacts right here, we can then actually click on show details, and we can then first of all see an overview of all of the different things right here, and we can then add new tags onto this. So for example, we could actually just select an existing tag. Let's just say that we're going to add the import tag or the e-commerce tag, then click on apply, and as you can see, now we do have this tag applied. We can then also see all sorts of different other stuff like the overall messages, notes. We can also see the push notifications, events, and so on. Now to actually automatically get people onto your email list, you will have to actually create some kind of pop-up or some kind of landing page. So just click on landing pages right here, and then you will basically be met with this page right here. So just click on create landing page on the top right, and then you can basically either use any of the already made templates, or you can also use an AI powered builder. Now to get started, we are going to use a ready-made template, as this is going to be, from my experience, better as the AI features, and then you are going to see tons of different templates which you can all use for your needs. So as for this video, I guess I will just go with this template right here, and this is just for explanation purposes. And now we could actually customize this. We could then put in, I don't know, we could put in get your free, I don't know, Shopify training. Okay, I'm just making things up on the go. And then right here, as you can see, we do have the sign up form. Now, if you, for example, also want to get some other informations and not only the name or email, you will have to go to fields right here, and you can then actually customize this, and you can add new fields to this. So for example, if you want to get the birthday, then you can actually add this, and now you're going to get the birthday of your subscribers, so that you can then later on maybe use this for, I don't know, a special birthday offer where they're going to get 20% off and so on. So basically this editor works the following. You will just have to select any of the templates that you want to edit, and then on the right you're going to see everything, and you can then actually also change everything the way you want to. You can change the alignment, as you can see right here, and so on. And basically you are going to also have the manage pages function, and you can actually also change the global design. So if you want to change the global color palette, for example, you could do that right here, and then this is going to be changed all across the website. Or we could actually also add new elements onto our GetResponse site. So for example, let's say that we are going to add a timer onto this, and like this we basically do add some scarcity. We can say, okay, this is going to end in 1 hour and 10 minutes and 20 seconds, and then basically, and this is just going to improve your conversion rate, and more people are going to sign up. So if we are now going to select the sign up button right here, we can then actually select the success view. So we can either show a message, this is going to keep the visitor on this page right here, or we can also redirect the person to another page, which in this case we've made, but we haven't made any other landing pages yet, so this doesn't make sense. So I guess I will just show the thank you page right here, and this will just lead the user to a new page, which is going to say thank you for subscribing and so on. You can then also see a preview of this by just simply ticking the preview button right here. You can then see the mobile as well as desktop preview, and once you are ready, click on continue on the top right, and now you're basically done with setting up your landing page. So you can see we will then basically have to name this. We will also have to set the subscription settings as well as the favicon. Now the favicon is just a little icon on top of your page. So this is also really important to add, because otherwise it is going to look, I don't know, just unprofessional essentially. You can then also show your cookie banner if you want to. And you can actually use some analytics and integrations to get further information from where your leads are, what kind of conversion rates you have, and so on. But for now, I'm just going to click on continue, and this is basically going to give us a final overview of this. And as you can see, because we haven't actually added any of our own custom domains, and we only can use any of these GetResponse domains, which obviously isn't really professional, but either way, I'm just going to click on publish, and now we do have our first landing page set up. So we can actually also then use GetResponse for email marketing. So head over to email marketing right here. And this will basically allow us to create a newsletter, create A/B tests, create templates, and so on. So to actually just create a simple email marketing campaign, click on create newsletter right here. And once again, I will just select by myself. However, you can actually also use the AI email generator if you want to. So right here, you will then have to put in a message. I'm just going to say newsletter #4. Then we will have to select the from email address. Right here it is important to actually add the correct professional email address, and we will also have to select the reply email address. And as for the subject line, now basically this subject line should just be something that gets the person clicking on the email. So this could be something like, hey, have you heard about, I don't know, this and that, okay? But one thing which I want to mention is that with GetResponse, you can actually add some personalization to this. So we can actually put in the name of the person that we are going to send this email to right here. And to do that, we can just use this icon right here, and we can then just add first name right here. And now this is going to read something like, hey, Elon, hey, John, hey, Bruce, and so on. Have you heard about this and that? And then we can actually also add the preview text. Now this preview text should basically be just a brief and catchy summary to encourage people to open your email, and this should just incentivize people to click on your email. And now usually this doesn't have to be something that necessarily is in your email, so you can just put in something like this offer is the greatest. I don't know, I'm just making things up on the go, right? Then you will have to add your recipient, so basically the person that you want to send this email to. In this case, I will just add the Krause tutorials list. However, we can actually also set up segments to then further target and to then further subdivide our lists. But as for this video, I'm not actually going to do that. As for the design message, right here we will then go ahead to actually choose a theme. Now the GetResponse email themes are actually super nice and super powerful, and they also do look pretty good in my opinion. So you can basically use any of these themes right here for completely free of charge. So I guess I will just use this one right here. And then you can get started customizing this theme. Now, basically this email editor is pretty self-explanatory. Once again, just select the elements that you want to edit, and then we can put in something like, thank you for subscribing. I don't know, okay? And then inside this email, we can actually also add further customization to this. So for example, right here, this is going to once again say, hey, first name. So, hey, John, hey, Elon, hey, Bruce, and so on. And then we do have a button right here, which is going to redirect them to a survey, I guess. But basically this button can redirect the person to all sorts of different things, like for example, just a simple web address, but also a landing page, a webinar, dynamic content, an email address, phone, custom protocol link, as well as just a chat right here, which is super powerful. Now you can then actually also further customize this. You can go back, you can actually add something onto this, you can add images, you can add, I don't know, you can add text, you can add a spacer, you can add social icons, and so on. And once you have successfully customized this, click on next right here. And then you will basically have to go over the sharing function. So you will either have to send this immediately or you will have to schedule this for later. I will just send it immediately. And then I'm going to click on send message. And this will basically then send out this email marketing campaign. Now that's basically it for GetResponse. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you do have any more questions, make sure to leave them down below and I will try to get back to you as soon as possible.